Alright, this is cooking. Tonight we're doing collard greens. And we purchased these collard greens in the market today. And they're organic. Very nice texture. Make sure they're nice and green. Before we get started, what we'll do is you have to really soak a green because some greens have a lot of insects. So I think the first thing we want to do is to clean our greens properly, and usually what a lot of people do is to put them in some nice cool water. You want to make sure that your greens are nice and clean. Being that there are no chemicals used in organic things, what's going to happen is they possibly can pick up more insects. So you want to wash them thoroughly. And like my mother used to always say, godliness or cleanliness is close to godliness. So make sure your greens are nice and clean. Remember to rinse them in a nice cool batch of water. Alright, so the kind of collard greens I used today were from Happy Valley Organics. I'm not sure. I've never tried this brand before. I'm not sure, but it seems like a good grain. Nice and, let's say, firm greens. So as I said, make sure that you clean them nice and well. Once you do that, then I would take them out. I usually try to put them all together as they were wrapped and cut off the ends first, the stem first. And what I do is I keep the stem. I don't throw them away because a lot of the nutrients are still there. So what you want to do is to try and chop them up as finely as you can. Fine, nice little small pieces. This way when you're cooking, they just you'll start with these and they'll be nice and tender and edible. So nice small, like little, I'd say about a quarter of an inch thick the most. And start chopping the stems just down very nicely. It may fly a little bit over the place, but don't worry. No bigger than a quarter of an inch. A little smaller is not going to hurt them. Remember, you're just trying to really get the stems first because you want them to start cooking with these first, just so that because they're a little bit more to make them a little tender. So try to get them all, the stem bottoms, all chopped up nicely. After you have soaked and cleaned them, can't keep saying that more. And then place your greens to the side. As you can see, I have these little pieces all nicely fine chopped up. So make sure yours are nice and small. I mean, I could have even went a little smaller. But I think that'll be good for now. And we'll start preparing them. Now you can push those to the side and then start chopping up the greens also. Once you have chopped them all up, usually what I do is put them in a bowl and set them to the side for a second until I finish chopping up the other greens. Takes a nice little time. That doesn't take much time. If you want, you can just start cooking as far as, I mean, I've done that, where you just chop them up, put in the grease, and then start cooking. But for today, just for showing purposes, I am placing them into a bowl and setting them to the side while I finish chopping the rest of the greens. As you can see, I am chopping the green part of the greens, collard greens, and as thin as possible. I don't use a food processor for this. It seems to be more of a problem than an asset. But as you see, you got it going on right here. Nicely fine. I know some people are like, wow, I've never seen that fine, but it really gives the green, you don't have to cook them as long, and they come out nice and tender. And I like them with a little crunch also, a little crunch on the side. So let's just recap. First you start with the collard greens, organic, remember? Then you cut the stem first. Then after that, you cut the green. And don't forget to wash your greens properly. Cleanliness is close to godliness. Now the next thing, I don't really like too many starches now, so I'm trying to figure out little things to help me, just give my food some color, my vegetables some color. So I found this little item, a little veggie, and it's like a beet, it's like a turnip, but it is a yellow beet. Found them down, and they're not too expensive, organic, and they really go quite well. So the first thing you need to do is you get it to your beets. I'm taking 2 for this dish, and I am going to clean the beet. Wash it. I'm going to take this and take off the skin. Don't want to waste too much water. Take that off. Do the second one. And there you have your 2 beets. After that, what I like to do with things like this, after rinsing off my utensils, I want to take this and chop it down. It's really hard to cut a beet, so I usually just chop it that way, and this way it makes it more level on the cutting board. And then I want some slim slices, as thin as I can make them. It's hard. What you want to do is try to get them nice and thin so that they cook thoroughly, quickly. And show that. Alright, so we got all our little yellow beets cut up.